Ladies and gentlemen, we stand at the crossroads of our lives every single day, facing moments where doubt whispers in our ears and uncertainty clouds our vision. But I am here to tell you today that there is power in your vision, and that power comes from seeing what you cannot yet see. I know you may feel stuck, confused, or overwhelmed by life's challenges, but I want you to understand that your breakthrough begins with a single prayer. A single request. God, open up my eyes. Imagine for a moment if your eyes could be open, not just to what's in front of you, but to what's hidden beneath the surface, to what is already yours, waiting to be claimed. Think about the possibilities that would unfold if you could see yourself as God sees you, unstoppable, capable, destined for greatness. Today, I'm inviting you to ask God to open up your eyes, because when He opens them, you will see the world differently. And more importantly, you will see yourself differently. You see, so often we walk through life blinded by fear, by failure, by past mistakes, and by what others have spoken over us. But God doesn't see you through the lens of your mistakes or your setbacks. He sees you as a vessel of potential, as a champion, as someone who was created for something extraordinary. When your eyes are opened by His light, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You see victory where others see defeat. You see purpose where others see pain. But here's the catch: seeing is not enough. It's about what you do with that vision. God can reveal the path to you, but you've got to be willing to walk it. You've got to trust that even when the road seems unclear, His light will guide you step by step. And here's what I want you to remember. Sometimes the journey doesn't make sense at first, but trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to the breakthrough you've been waiting for. It's time to stop waiting for everything to be perfect before you move. The moment your eyes are open, you'll realize that the road to your purpose wasn't meant to be perfect. It was meant to build you, to grow you, and to strengthen you. Your trials are not your downfall. They are the very things that will equip you for the future. When your eyes are open, you start seeing your pain as purpose. You start seeing your struggles as strength. And you start to realize that everything you've been through has been preparing you for the moment you're in right now. But you have to believe it. You have to believe that the vision God has shown you is not a dream too big, not a desire too lofty, not a purpose too distant. It's yours, and it's time to step into it. You may not see the whole picture yet, but trust that what God has for you is greater than anything you can imagine. His plan for you is unfolding, and when you open your eyes to it, you will begin to understand that your steps are ordered, your path is set, and your destiny is secure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take action. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Don't wait for all the pieces to fall into place. Take that first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Because when God opens your eyes, you'll begin to see not just what is, but what could be. You'll begin to see that within you is the strength to overcome, the wisdom to navigate, and the courage to continue. So today I challenge you to ask for clarity. Ask for vision. Ask for God to open your eyes, and when He does, walk in the truth of what you see. Trust that the journey may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. The world needs your gifts, your talents, and your voice. Don't hide them. Let your eyes be open to the endless possibilities that await you. In the words of the great Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's done. You are closer to your breakthrough than you think, so ask God to open your eyes and walk boldly into the future He has prepared for you. When we speak of vision, we're not just talking about the ability to see the world around us. We're talking about a deeper, more profound way of seeing the unseen. a way of perceiving the purpose, the potential, and the possibilities that are often hidden from the naked eye. Vision is not limited to what you can see with your physical eyes, but it's the clarity you gain when you ask God to open up your eye. When you invite God to reveal what He sees for your life, you begin to understand that what's before you is not just what you're facing today, but the blueprint of your destiny. I want you to understand something. Vision is a gift, but it's a gift that requires action. When God opens up your eyes, He doesn't just show you what could be, He shows you what should be. He gives you the ability to see beyond your current circumstances, beyond the limitations that life has placed on you, and beyond the doubt that has held you back. When God opens up your eyes, it's like turning on a light in the dark. Suddenly, everything around you makes sense. Things you couldn't understand before become clear. The obstacles that once seemed insurmountable appear small in the light of the bigger picture He has revealed to you. It is said that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but the life we live without vision. Without vision, we stumble through life aimlessly, reacting to circumstances instead of creating opportunities. But when God opens up our eyes, we no longer live by what we see with the natural eye. We begin to walk by faith, not by sight, knowing that there is more for us than what meets the eye. You have the power to change the trajectory of your life when you align your vision with God's purpose for you. Vision is what empowers you to keep going when things seem impossible. It's the ability to see through the veil of your current struggles and grasp the hope of what's to come. It's the belief that your current situation is not your final destination. And when you have vision, it allows you to make decisions that align with your purpose. Without vision, we live in confusion. We second guess ourselves and wonder if we're on the right path. But when God opens up your eyes, He gives you clarity. And clarity breeds confidence. No longer will you be paralyzed by fear, wondering if you're making the right choices. No longer will you be bound by the opinions of others, because you will be so certain of your path that nothing can stop you. You will rise up with a new understanding that the plans He has for you are greater than anything you could have imagined for yourself. Vision also gives you the ability to look beyond the now. When life gets hard, it's easy to focus only on the challenges in front of you, but vision opens your eyes to the bigger picture. You begin to see the growth in the struggle, the lessons in the pain, and the strength in the journey. You start to realize that every setback was setting you up for something greater. Every trial was shaping you for the purpose that God has placed within you. So today I challenge you to ask God to open your eyes, not just to the world around you, but to the limitless possibilities that lie within you. Ask Him to give you the courage to see yourself as He sees you, not broken, not defeated, but as a conqueror, a person of purpose, a vessel for greatness. And as He opens your eyes, take action. Step boldly into the future He has shown you. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right condition. The vision He gives you is your permission to move forward. God is calling you to step into the fullness of who you are. He's calling you to walk by faith and not by sight. He's calling you to move beyond the limits of your natural vision and step into the divine sight He has for your life. So open your heart, open your mind, and ask God to open up your eyes. When He does, you'll see the world in a way you never thought possible. You'll see the strength within you, the opportunities around you, and the victory that awaits you. With God's vision, nothing is impossible. So let Him open your eyes and walk boldly into the destiny He has for you. When we speak of a breakthrough, we're not just talking about a moment of sudden change or a shift in circumstance. A breakthrough is a transformation that happens deep within you. It's when everything that has been holding you back, every obstacle that has felt like a mountain, suddenly becomes small enough to climb, small enough to conquer. A breakthrough is the moment when your eyes are opened and you realize that the chains that once bound you were never as strong as you thought. And when God opens up your eyes, he reveals the strength, the wisdom, and the power within you to break through every limitation standing in your way. Think about it for a moment. You've been through the fire, you faced trials that tried to break you, burdens that tried to crush you, and struggles that made you question if you could keep going. But what you might not have realized is that those very things were preparing you for the breakthrough that is on the other side of your faith. Because a breakthrough doesn't come in comfort. It comes in the midst of challenge. It comes when you decide that enough is enough, that you won't stay stuck in the place of frustration and fear. And when God opens your eyes to that truth, you realize that all the things you thought were holding you back were just stepping stones leading you to your greater purpose. So what happens when God opens up your eyes? You begin to see differently. You start to see that your setbacks were not failures, but lessons. You see that the challenges you faced weren't there to break you. They were there to strengthen you, to prepare you for the woman or man you are becoming. With God's vision, you don't look at your life the same way anymore. You don't see yourself as defeated. You see yourself as victorious. You don't see the struggles as insurmountable. You see them as opportunities for growth. When God opens your eyes, the limits that once held you back suddenly lose their power over you. But here's the truth. Breakthroughs require action. You can have all the vision in the world, but without movement, nothing changes. The moment you see clearly, the moment God opens your eyes to the path before you, it's time to move. It's time to take that step, even if it feels uncertain. A breakthrough doesn't happen when you stay in the same place, stuck in the comfort of the familiar. No, a breakthrough happens when you take a step of faith, when you refuse to let fear dictate your future. God has already revealed the way to you. Now it's up to you to walk in it. I know that sometimes it feels like nothing is happening. You pray, you hope, and you wait, but things don't seem to be shifting. But let me tell you this, God is working even when you can't see it. Sometimes the breakthrough is not in the change of your circumstances, but in the change of your perspective. When God opens your eyes, he helps you see that you don't need to see the full picture to move forward. You don't need to have all the answers to take the first step. All you need is faith, and with faith, you can move mountains. What if the breakthrough you've been praying for is already in your hands, but you just need the courage to see it? What if the vision God has opened up for you is not a far-off dream, but a reality waiting for you to step into it? I want to encourage you today. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Don't wait for everything to line up the way you think it should. Your breakthrough is already in motion. The moment you open your eyes to see it, the moment you choose to believe that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of God's promises, that's when the breakthrough begins. Remember, a breakthrough is not just a one-time event. It's a lifestyle of constant growth, constant movement, and constant faith. It's the decision to keep pushing forward even when you don't have all the answers. When God opens your eyes, he opens your heart to the understanding that your breakthrough is not just for you. It's for the people you're meant to serve, the lives you're meant to touch, and the legacy you're meant to leave. So I challenge you today, ask God to open your eyes. Ask him to give you the vision to see the opportunities before you. Ask him to open your heart to the belief that you are more than capable of breaking through every barrier that stands in your way. And when he does, take action. Step into the breakthrough He has already prepared for you. It's time to move forward. It's time to claim the victory that's waiting for you. Your breakthrough is now. It's time to walk in it. When we talk about purpose, we're not talking about a job, a title, or an accomplishment. Purpose is deeper. It's the essence of who you are, why you're here, and the unique contribution you were designed to make in this world. And if you've ever wondered why things seem unclear, why you feel lost or uncertain, it's because you haven't yet fully tapped into the vision that God has for you. You haven't yet had the moment where God opens up your eyes to the fullness of the purpose He has placed inside of you. But today I want to tell you that your purpose is not lost. It's waiting for you to see it. When God opens your eyes, He reveals more than just the path you're walking. He shows you the impact you're destined to have. You see, so many of us are caught up in trying to make sense of life by the world's standards. We measure success by titles, by positions, by accolades, but your purpose isn't wrapped up in what you can achieve in the eyes of others. It's wrapped up in who you are becoming and what you are meant to give to the world. It's wrapped up in the gifts, talents, and abilities God placed inside of you before you were even born. Imagine what would happen if you could see your life from the perspective of the Creator. Imagine that moment when God opens your eyes and you no longer see yourself as ordinary, but as someone who was fearfully and wonderfully made for a specific purpose. What if you understood that every struggle you faced has been shaping you, preparing you, and pushing you closer to the person you were always meant to be? What if you realized that your trials, your pain, and even your mistakes were not obstacles in the way of your purpose, but tools being used to refine you for the calling on your life? Too many of us walk around in confusion, thinking we've missed our moment or that we're too late. But God doesn't operate in time the way we do. His purpose for your life has always been there, waiting for you to step into it. But first, you need to see it. You need to see yourself the way He sees you, not as broken, not as flawed, but as a vessel of greatness. When God opens your eyes to your purpose, you start to see the potential that lies within you. You start to understand that the struggles you've overcome weren't random. They were preparing you for something greater. Purpose doesn't come without action. It's not enough to see it, you have to step into it. God opens your eyes not just so you can dream about what could be, but so you can get to work and bring that vision to life. You have to trust that when He reveals your purpose, He's not just showing you something beautiful and distant. He's giving you the courage to walk toward it, to fight for it, and to claim it as your own. Every step you take in faith, every decision you make in alignment with your purpose brings you closer to the life you've been called to live. Now, I know that sometimes it feels like the world is trying to tell you something different. It's easy to get distracted by the noise, by the expectations of others, and by the pressure to conform to the world's standards of success. But when God opens your eyes, He shows you that your purpose is not tied to the approval of others. Your purpose is tied to His will for your life. When you begin to live in alignment with His plan, you realize that what the world defines as success isn't what you need. You need fulfillment. You need purpose. And that comes when you are walking in alignment with God's calling. Your purpose is not a destination. It's a journey. It's about becoming who God has created you to be, one step at a time. It's about shedding the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity that have held you back and stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Every day is an opportunity to walk closer to that purpose, to fulfill that calling, and to make a difference in the world around you. When you start to see yourself as a person of purpose, everything changes. You no longer live for the approval of others. You live for the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. So I encourage you today to ask God to open your eyes. Ask him to show you the path he's laid out for you, to reveal the purpose that has always been in your heart. When he opens your eyes, trust that he will also give you the strength, the courage, and the wisdom to walk in it. Your purpose is waiting for you. It's time to step into it. It's time to believe that you are exactly who God created you to be. And it's time to take the actions that will bring his purpose to life through you. There is nothing that can stand in the way of the purpose God has placed inside of you. You just have to see it, believe it, and walk in it. When life gets tough, when the weight of the world feels like it's pressing down on you, it's easy to feel like you don't have the strength to keep going. You feel drained, overwhelmed, and ready to give up. But I'm here to remind you of something powerful. The strength you need is already inside of you. You might not see it right now, but when God opens your eyes, you'll begin to understand that the strength you've been searching for was always within you, waiting for the right moment to rise up. There is a kind of strength that comes from a deep, unshakable belief that you are not in this battle alone. When God opens your eyes, you begin to realize that the strength you've been relying on hasn't just been your own. It's his strength working through you, lifting you when you're too weak to stand, pushing you forward when you feel like quitting. The strength that you possess is not defined by your circumstances or by what you've been through. It's defined by the God who is always with you, the God who is your constant source of power. And when he opens your eyes, you see that the power that raised Jesus from the dead is the same power that lives inside of you. So many of us underestimate the strength we carry. We look at the battles we face and we think they're too big for us to handle. But God didn't create you to be defeated. He didn't create you to live in constant fear of what's ahead. No, he created you with the strength to overcome, to rise above, and to fight the good fight. You may have faced challenges that seemed insurmountable, but every time you thought you couldn't go on, you found a way to keep moving. Every time life knocked you down, you got back up. That is strength. That is the strength that God has placed within you. And when he opens your eyes, you'll begin to see it. When God opens your eyes, he shows you that the trials you faced haven't weakened you. They've built you. Every tear, every heartache, every disappointment, every time you thought you couldn't take another step, God was building something inside of you. He was building resilience, building endurance, building a spirit that refuses to give up. And now, when you face the next challenge, you'll remember that you've already been through so much and come out stronger. You will know that what lies ahead is not too big for you to handle because God has already equipped you with the strength you need to overcome it. But here's the key. Strength is not about avoiding the struggle. It's about how you respond to it. When God opens your eyes, he reveals that the strength you need doesn't come from running away from your problems. It comes from facing them with faith, courage, and perseverance. Strength is not measured by how much you can carry on your own, but by how much you are willing to surrender to God's power. It's about trusting that when you feel weak, he is strong. It's about leaning into his grace and knowing that his strength is made perfect in your weakness. When God opens your eyes, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start seeing yourself as a victor over them. You stop seeing your struggles as the end of the story and start seeing them as part of the journey that is preparing you for something greater. Strength is not found in the absence of struggle, but in your ability to stand firm in faith, to keep pressing forward, and to trust that God is working all things together for your good. There is a strength in you that has been forged in the fire of adversity. The more you go through, the stronger you become. And when God opens your eyes, you realize that you are not only stronger than you think, you are stronger than you have ever known. You have been equipped with everything you need to move forward. Every setback has been a setup for a comeback. Every disappointment has been preparing you for the purpose that lies ahead. The strength you need is already inside of you. And when God opens your eyes, you'll see it in a way that transforms your life. So I encourage you today to ask God to open your eyes. Ask him to show you the strength he has placed within you. And when he does, take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect circumstances. Step into your strength today. Know that with God's power at work in you, there is nothing you cannot overcome. The strength to fight, to press on, to rise again is already inside of you. You've been equipped. You've been empowered. It's time to walk in the strength that God has given you. Your breakthrough, your victory, your purpose, all of it is within your reach. Just open your eyes and I believe. There is a power that is available to you right now, a power that can move mountains, transform your circumstances, and change your life. That power is called faith. But faith isn't just a belief. It's more than a hopeful thought or a wish. Faith is a force, an action, a commitment to seeing beyond what is in front of you. It's the belief that there is something greater waiting for you even when you can't yet see it. When God opens up your eyes, he doesn't just show you what's possible. He shows you the way to move forward with unshakable confidence, no matter how impossible the journey seems. Faith is the lens through which we see the world. It's the thing that tells you that even when you can't understand, even when you can't predict how it's all going to work out, God is still in control. Faith says, even though I can't see it, I believe it's already mine. When God opens up your eyes, you begin to understand that faith isn't just a response to what you see. It's the key that unlocks your future. It's the bridge between where you are and where God is calling you to go. I know that there are times when life throws obstacles in your way. You've faced challenges that have made you question your ability, your worth, and your future. But faith is what will keep you standing when the world tries to knock you down. Faith is what will give you the courage to take the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. When God opens up your eyes, you will realize that the very thing you need to keep going is already within you. It's the belief that if God said it, it will come to pass. It's the belief that his promises are not just words, they are truth. And his truth has the power to create the future he has promised. When you have faith, you stop limiting yourself by what you can see with your natural eyes. You stop measuring your possibilities based on your current reality. You begin to see the way God sees. You begin to believe that there is nothing impossible for you because you are connected to the creator of all things. When God opens up your eyes, he shows you that your circumstances do not define your destiny. The things that are happening to you right now are not the end of the story. They are the beginning of the next chapter of your life. You may not understand the why or the how, but faith will carry you through. Faith isn't always easy. It's not always the most comfortable thing to do, but the beauty of faith is that it grows stronger the more you use it, the more you choose to trust God. Even when you don't have all the answers, the more you begin to see him move in your life. Faith gives you the power to look at your challenges and say, this won't last forever. This is temporary. When God opens up your eyes, you see that the victory is already yours, even if you haven't yet walked into it. Faith is the assurance that everything God has promised will come to fruition. And here's something that will transform the way you view your journey. Faith is not about seeing the full picture. Faith is not about knowing every step in advance. It's about trusting God to lead you one step at a time. When you have faith, you don't need to know all the details. You just need to trust that the path will unfold as it should. When God opens up your eyes, He reveals not just the destination, but the trust you need to walk through each season with Him. It's not about knowing every twist and turn. It's about knowing that He is with you every step of the way. Faith is what activates the miracles in your life. It's the thing that causes the impossible to become possible. When you have faith, you begin to see doors open that you never thought would open. You begin to move past the limits of what others said was possible for you. But it starts with you taking the first step in faith. Even if you don't have all the answers, even if you don't feel ready, even if the road seems too long, faith will carry you through. So I encourage you today to ask God to open your eyes. Ask Him to give you the eyes of faith that can see beyond your current reality. Ask Him to open your heart to trust that what He has promised you will come to pass. When He opens your eyes, you'll see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You'll see hope where you once saw despair. And most importantly, you'll see that your faith has the power to change everything. Faith isn't just something you feel. It's something you act on. It's something you live out every day. So trust in the process, believe in the unseen, and watch as God transforms your life through the power of faith. When God opens your eyes, you'll see that with Him, all things are possible. You'll see that no matter how big the challenge, your faith is bigger. It's time to walk by faith and not by sight. Your breakthrough is waiting for you on the other side. Step into it with faith and watch God move in ways you've never imagined.